Now, I want to pick up on the inclusion point, so very glad to hear you mention it just then. I'm wondering if you are aware of a recent report from the Women's Budget Group and the Traveller Movement. It's called Uneven Paths, Socio-Economic and Structural Inequalities Facing Women from Romani Gypsy, Roma and Irish Traveller Communities. Are you aware of the report?
No, but
perfect.
Yeah,
I'll tell you more about
it.
So what I want to bring your attention to is that it's got some really powerful findings and recommendations. You may not be aware that only 37.4% of Romani Gypsy, Roma and Irish Traveller adults are economically active, compared with 74.4% of white British population. And women are disproportionately affected. So this report recommends, amongst other interventions, that specialist apprenticeship programmes should be created with proactive job placements, and it also recommends extending support for self-employment through access to grants, loans and training, specifically in business management. Now, is this something that you and the Mayor are working on so that London can have the best possible and most sustainable and diverse economic activity?
So in terms of the traveller community, not specifically, although I'd be really interested to get a copy of the report and read that, but yes. So one of the things we identified in the growth plan, and something that, you know, to me is a source of both, you know, not really astonishment, but real concern, is that despite all of the years of work that have been done and the legal changes that have happened, the promotional activity that's happened to ensure that people of diverse backgrounds, women, people returning to work, prison leavers, care leavers, young people, older people in the workforce, neurodiverse people have the same opportunities as everyone else. There are still inequalities in the system. And a good example would be our black community in London. Actually, entrepreneurialism is running at twice the rate the black community is in the white community. Twice the rate. So black people in London twice as likely to start a business, which is fantastic. And there's some phenomenal stuff going on. Some things I might invite members to as well. One we're going to host here. But those businesses twice as likely to fail, and on average raise only, as in terms of income, raise only 2/3 what a white-owned business raised in the first year. I've spoken to black entrepreneurs in London who've had trouble getting premises, trouble getting suppliers, trouble even with customers not taking them seriously. And some of these things, despite the legal protections, need to be hammered at. And part of that is about empowering people and giving them the information to support them, which, for example, on the business side, we're doing through Grow London Local. Some of it's about training and access to opportunities. And some of it's then working with things like DWP and the Careers Service to help people actually identify what the opportunities are and train them up to be job ready. So, you know, I can put this two ways.
Can I pause you there? Because I totally take that you're interested in inclusive growth. I was raising very specifically a report by the Traveller Movement and the Women's Budget Group. And so what I think my final question is, would you be prepared to meet with them to discuss the ideas that they've put forward in their report?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. That's much appreciated.